All right, I've tried everything, so we're shooting this one from the hip. Hello, Internet. My name is Josh. I'm from southeastern West Virginia in Greenbrier County. I am on a wellness journey trying to become an online content creator. We're struggling, we're making some headway, but if you guys could just hang out with for a minute and watch this video to help me get my watch hours up for YouTube, that would be great. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am 45 years old. I have been overweight mostly all of my life. In May of 2025, I was over 715 pounds. And I decided it was time to do something. I stepped on the scale that day and it said 715 and then it said error. And I said it starts today, and I remember it clearly because it was a Saturday. Most people wait till Monday to start. I said it starts now. So I developed a workout plan. I talked to some people that knew stuff about it. I started seeing a doctor. I got on a GLP-1 and the weight just flew off the first couple weeks. Then in June, on June 17th, just happened to be a month later, I started documenting my progress online. I started out with TikTok, and then I created an Instagram and a YouTube account, which that's you all here because this is a long form video. I do shorts, I do TikToks, I do Instagram Reels. I'm trying to make it as a content creator. I do work a full-time job. I try to do this on the side. It takes a lot of time and energy, and I appreciate it if you've watched it this long. So let me give you a little bit more about myself. Like I said, I've been big most of my life. May 2025. Well, let's talk about what got me to where I'm at. It was a lifetime of bad choices and bad eating. Through elementary school, through high school, I wasn't super bad. I was very active. I was still a little overweight, but I was still overweight. The pounds didn't start coming on until after I graduated high school. I got out on my own. I had no control. So I just started eating, and, it didn't really start taking off until about 2019. Well, let's back up a little bit. 2014, I was 650 pounds. I started a wellness journey then. It lasted maybe 4 or 5 months. I was able to lose about 100 pounds then, doing just walking and exercising. I didn't have any GLP-1. The food noise was still there. I had to fight it every day, and it eventually won. I eventually gave up and put all the weight that I lost back in, plus another 100 pounds. So fast forward to 2019, my father passed away. It was the beginning of COVID. I was severely depressed. I became a hermit. I stayed in my house all the time. And COVID gave me a reason not to leave the house. So I was literally just staying in the house 24/7. There were days that went by that I didn't even step out the front door. So fast forward to 2025, I am over 715 pounds. I'm having a hard time walking just to the bathroom. When I do go anywhere, when I got to go to the truck, it takes me 15 minutes to walk there. I have to get enough energy to stand up, get enough energy to walk to the door. And then when I make it to the door, there's a bench out on the porch that I would have to sit on and catch my breath for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then I would have to walk to the truck. I would open the door and I would have to lean over on the seat to catch my breath before I had enough energy to get up into the truck. And then once I was in the truck, that's where I stayed. I didn't go out anywhere. I didn't get out of the truck anywhere. God forbid I had to get gas. That was tough. It felt like forever standing there waiting for the tank to fill up. So then I started the GLP-1. I started exercising, started sharing my journey online, and I kind of took off. I started doing workout live feeds on TikTok. hundreds, and there was a couple times there was thousands of people in there watching me. Which, looking back, that was weird because it's coming from a person that had zero interaction with outside people to, 1,000 or so strangers watching me sometimes. TikTok got more strict, and every time I would do a live workout, people would ask me what I'm doing. I would say I'm on a GLP-1, I'm on a calorie deficit, I exercise, drink my water, and TikTok didn't like it, so I would constantly get restricted. So we stopped doing the workout videos. Now we still do the weigh-ins. I still do blurbs of, what it's like being there, what it's like now, stuff like that. And I'm also trying to put out other content. Some people say it's bad for the algorithm because it takes you out of your niche. Some people say it's good for the algorithm because it exposes you to more people. I don't know. We'll see. I like to make funny stuff. Sometimes my wife will make a couples comedy skit with me. I like tech. I'm trying to like content creation, but it's tough and it's difficult and pretty expensive. But that's my story. I'm currently 535. That is 180 pounds down since May 15th of last year. So right around 11 months. No, I'm sorry, 13 months. I'm horrible at math. If you watched any of my videos, you'll learn that. So right around 13 months, we're getting closer and closer to hitting 200 down, and then I cannot wait until my first number starts with a 4. I don't know when the last time in my life the first part of my weight started with a 4. Because 700, when I think of 700, I think, my God, that's a lot of weight. That's horrible. 600, still the same thing. That's a lot of weight. That is a big dude. 500, that's a pretty big dude. 400, it's where he's big, but that's what I'm shooting for. That's going to be a super big goal for me when that number reads 4. Because I know, I'm not naive, 400 and whatever pounds is still a lot. But it's better than 700 and some pounds. It's better than 600 and some pounds. Better than 500 and some pounds. And then when we get to 400 and some pounds, we'll look forward to the 300. My ultimate end goal is to be around 250 pounds. I am able to do way more with my life than I was before. I'm able to, I can stand up with no hands. Without, I did put my hands on my knees, but I can stand up with no hands. And that might not seem like a lot to y'all, but it's a lot to me. A year ago, that wasn't possible. So, if you've watched me this long, I appreciate you watching me this long. I'm still trying to get used to talking to the camera like it's a person. But you right there, you watching, yes, you. If you're trying to change anything in your life for the better, just know that you can do it, and I believe in you. And just stack the small wins. It's not going to happen overnight. You didn't get there overnight, so you're not going to come back from there overnight. It's a battle each day, and you can win those battles and then eventually win the war. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. I appreciate it again if you've followed me, if you've watched it this long. This is unscripted. It's going to be minimal edits. I love you guys, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.